Andre, congratulations. It's been a few days now since the news was confirmed. Has it sunk in?
No, probably not. Yes, it has, of course. But it's been amazing days. It was a very tough game to watch since you can't affect anything in it. But just the evening was amazing, and the day yesterday was also great. So yeah, and. But now today we are back preparing for a game against Chelsea, and of course you can see in the players there was something special.
Yeah, how hard is that to switch back on for such a big game so soon after being confirmed as champions?
I think this is the best way. I think because you can enjoy it somehow, but you also know we are football players and we are here to compete, and we like to. Have different challenges, so I think the players are definitely fine and not a problem to get them bouncing back to what we need for Sunday.
You've spoken lots about your players this week. I just wonder for you, you've obviously won the Champions League, you've managed internationally. Where does this rank for you personally as an achievement in your managerial career, winning the WSL?
I always think it's very difficult to compare when and I think we also live. Well, the last years you always remember what happened last, and I think for me now this is amazing. It's the best league in the world with the best players, and you win that. So it can't be bigger when you're coaching a club team. It can't be bigger than this. But it's difficult to compare to other things. So, but for me, it's amazing achievement.
You said last month that you hoped Bunny Shaw would sign a new contract with Manchester City. As far as you know, is that still a possibility, or is she going to be leaving the club?
I still hope she's signing a new contract for Manchester City, definitely. But that's more of a discussion for Therese and for people on the club.
You'd like to have that resolved as soon as possible?
I think we right now are the most thing we are. Bunny Shaw is our player, and she is here to compete with us and do everything she can these weeks that we have left of the season. And what happens after that is a discussion not for me to talk about. It's more for Therese and other people that is communicating with her and so on. So we'll see.
And can I just ask you, what would it mean to reach an FA Cup final at Wembley personally? That would be another big milestone for you and the team.
Yes, of course. I've never been to Wembley, so that will definitely be a new thing. But of course, like when we want to win the league, that was the one of our key things coming into this season. But we are also competing in other parts, and I think a good team is winning one title, and a great team is winning more titles. So for us, it's about coming into this and showing that, okay, we won the title of the league, but we're still able also to have focusing on a couple of days later to really put a good effort in and challenging for the FA Cup. So of course that would be very important for us to do that.
Hi, Andre. Just going back to Bunny's situation again. Yep. I know you said it's one for the club, but given the fact you're champions, given the fact you're going into the Champions League, can you afford as a club to lose a player of that calibre this summer?
It's not me to comment that. I think that my job is to work with the players I have, and that was my first thing I said when I started in this club, that we have this squad. How do I optimize each player? How do we play till we get maximum out of Yui Hasegawa, Viv Miedema, Bunny Shaw, Lauren Ham? You can name whatever. And how do we play football so we get the best out of them? Which we have done this year, getting the best out of a lot of players. Next year it will look different. It might look different. Some players are coming in, some players are leaving. Then we have another squad, or we have exactly the same squad when we start in July. But I don't know. I don't know how that looks when we're starting in July. But when we start there, no matter what, I will do everything I can to play a way where we get maximum out of the players. And I would like to have the best players in my squad. And we'll see where we are in July.
And I guess, just finally, I guess that is a conversation you'll have when you know what's going to happen. But you as a group and you as a coach are aware that you'll need to potentially go into the market to bring someone to replace those goals.
I think Therese and the people around is always working to make our team even more competitive, even stronger. We'll go into Champions League next year, so no matter what, we definitely need to look into what do we need to add to the squad and how do we do that. But right now I have a fantastic squad with so many great players that I definitely would like to continue working with in these coming weeks. And again, let's see where we are in July.
Hi Andre, congratulations again to you and the team.
Thank you.
I'm sure Chelsea this weekend are keen to spoil the party a little bit, and they seem to have hit good form over the past few weeks. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, Chelsea's a great team, and they definitely look totally different from when we played them in February. And like you're saying, they have found a little bit more of a stability of how they're performing from week to week. They have also great players in all positions, I would say. So really looking forward to this challenge and playing. The last time we were playing in their home, we lost 2-1. So now we definitely would like to make a better performance. So yeah, it will be a great challenge for us.
It feels like a game that might be more decided on those fine margins this time around. Is there a moment that you've had this season where you kind of think there have been those fine margins where your team have stepped up in particular moments that you can kind of recall ahead of Sunday?
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at the games where everybody was saying this is an important game to win, and we both with the games against United, we talk about Chelsea here in Etihad, and the games where we definitely are challenged. Arsenal here, we score a late goal. London Lionesses, we score a late goal, and Liverpool just a couple of days ago. So this team has definitely shown when we need each other the most, we have been able to find a winner and find something that is extra, and that is unique for the group, I think.
How is your squad looking ahead of the game on Sunday?
I think it looks good. Of course, it's been the day off yesterday, and a lot of things happen in the week. But the team is great. We are in a good place. Of course, the confidence is growing when you know you won the league. You know you're the best team in the country, and so I'm fully convinced that it will be a very motivated group that is traveling tomorrow.
And how is, I guess, one of the player of the moments, Rebecca Kanak? Looked like obviously her shoulder was taken.
Yeah, she's still assessed a little. She's been doing a little parts of the sessions this week. So we'll see how it goes these coming days before we make a decision around.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Tom Gary.
Hi, Andre. Congratulations again on the title. Just wondering what's been the nicest message of congratulations that you've received so far?
The nicest one?
Yeah.
Which person you mean, or yeah, I don't know.
Is there anything that stands out? Yeah.
I think it's when you reach something like this. I'm a little bit boring in this because, you know, we coaches, we are just doing from week to week. We're preparing for a game, and then it's like just winning the league. But when people are sending messages and calling, and you see how much it means and how big that this achievement is, that's when you start realizing, wow, we've done something special. And also when you see players like, talking about Lauren Hemp, Alex Greenwood, Charlotte O'Neill, that has been in the club for so long, how big thing this is, how long they really have been talking about winning the league, and now finally are there. It means a lot for everybody, but those ones has definitely been a little bit special to see how how big it is for them.
That's lovely. And just going back to the team news, apart from Rebecca, is there anybody else who's maybe a doubt for the match? Anybody since the Liverpool game whose fitness you're keeping an eye on?
I think it's always like when you are in the end of the season, and there is a couple of players that's definitely have some turns and hits, but hopefully there isn't anything that is keeping anybody else out of the game.
Okay, and I don't know if you've been aware of this, but the BBC reported that Layla Wahhabi is going to leave the club this summer. What's your reaction to that? And just a bit thoughts on her future at Man City?
It's difficult to comment on that, what your media is talking about. I think Layla has been very important for this club and for this group and still is. And again, I don't know what happens in the future, what's going on, but I really think she is a great player, and she has been good for us, and she still is, and I will be working with her a couple of more weeks, and then what happens after that, I'm not sure. Let's see what's going on after that.
Thanks, Andre. Good luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. We'll go to Kit next.
Hi, Andre. Nice to see you, and congratulations on the title. Obviously, this has been a fantastic week for the club, a memorable week for the club, winning the title at the end of a fantastic season. With that in mind, is it at all disappointing or frustrating that so much of the attention and the focus in the 48 hours since then has been about the prospect of a player as good as Bunny potentially leaving the club this summer?
No, I don't think so. I think speculations around her has been the last month, so it's not a new thing. Everything in media and social media has been a lot about the achievement that the club have done and the team has done, and I don't put any kind of attention to those things. And the most important thing is that the players are getting the attention that they need, and I think they definitely have got that from media no matter what. And speculations around our players in and out will always take place, and the timing will never be good for that. So it hasn't affected anything, no.
Generally speaking, I know you're going to address the situation with Bunny specifically, but can a club compete at the very top and compete in Europe and compete at the top of the WSL while potentially losing some of its best players potentially to rivals?
I think that no club, and we are definitely not like that, that no matter what, we will have a team when we're starting in July, or in the middle of July, that I definitely will be able to say that we will be competing about the title. We will have strong enough team that no matter what's happening in or out players, we will be competing about in all competitions that we are. And again, like I said earlier, that my job is that the ones that is arriving to the arena in the middle of July, those are the ones that I'm going to work with and to make sure that that team is able to win again.
And just finally, I appreciate your time, Andre. Just how confident are you in Manchester City Women's ability to have the resources and the money to attract the best players and retain the best players as well?
Yeah, I think that the club has definitely shown that there is a lot of effort on making this program able to compete with other countries and with other teams. So I have no question about that we will not be being able to do that. And what that means, I don't know. But I definitely think that the club will do everything they can to give me the best possibilities to win the title next year also. And they will put all effort to that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kate. We'll go to Gethin.
Hey there, Andre. Just wanted to start I just wanted to say, like, congrats for the title, but also, like, I know you personally, your natural instinct is probably to say that all the players, all the staff around me, you know, the people above me, they're all supportive to me, but I think you also should be very proud of what you've done on an individual level. Like, it's such a big occasion for the fans, for the club that you mentioned, the people that have been there for a while. It's been a long time coming, this, and like the changes that you've made, and like it was a similar playing group last year. You know, I think on an individual level, you should be really proud of yourself and just like well done for a great season. In terms of asking an actual question, you know, we discussed a little bit last week, you know, maybe the pressure of the title race on some of the performances and stuff, and it felt a little bit like the Liverpool game. That was maybe evident as well, particularly in the first half. Do you think now that the title is won, you know, you can go into this FA Cup game playing with kind of the freedom that we saw at the start of the season when you were kind of blowing teams away?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for your words. Appreciate that. And answer to your question, yeah, definitely 100% sure about that. The team, no matter what, we can say whatever we want, but we have been we've been top of the league since November, I think. And we have always been challenged by other teams, but we have still delivered. And I think that the team has heard for quite many weeks now that, well, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before you can win the title. And of course, it's been a pressure on the group. There is no doubt about that. I think that you're not just playing against a game against Liverpool or Brighton or Aston Villa. It is all teams are putting everything they can to do everything to ruin for us and make it difficult. And of course, it's all these talks and this pressure. Of course, it makes sense that the players are affected by it. But I think it also shows that no matter what, we have been able to deal with it. We haven't played amazing football in 90 minutes in the last games, and I did never expect that either. And those who have been in this game for a while, you know it's not going to happen. So with that said, I'm both proud and impressed by the players being able to find a winner against Liverpool, to be able to perform on this level no matter what, and turning the game against Liverpool, first half struggling, second half dominating, just turn it around. It also shows something about, okay, the pressure is there, but we can still deliver. So I'm not surprised that it happened, but I'm also proud that we managed to turn it around.
Sure. And then, you know, a couple of moments I've maybe noticed over the last week was, you know, when the Knack goal went in, there was obviously it was a big goal, you could tell that, but you know, Alex, her reaction was kind of to run over to the bench, and then also, you know, among the many videos that came out was a little nice moment between you and her, where you're like, oh, my captain, like, I was just wondering, specifically your relationship with her as obviously the club captain. You know, you come in as a manager to quite an established group of players, and obviously the relationship with Alex, you know, as almost a representative of that is very important. So just like, how's that been throughout the year, and you know, how important is she to you?
Yeah, I think for just talking about Alex, I think she's an amazing leader, and for me, it's also about reaching her in the way that fits her, if that makes sense, because she's also a very professional person. So we don't sit every day and talk football and how the team is. I know that when we speak, there is something that I want from her or she wants from me. So this respect and how we are cooperating of bringing the best out of her and bringing the best out of me, and that makes the best out for the team. So and that's my job also to find, because I have had different captains in different clubs and national teams, and my job is always to find, so how do I reach Alex the best way, and how do we do that? And I think we found a good way of working together, where she can be feel that it's not too much responsibility, and at the same time she's taking that responsibility that she also feels that she would like to do. So I think that's the most important thing for us in how we are working together. And yes, definitely, it was a lot of emotions when we won, and that feeling that you're working so hard, so long, and finally you reach the goal.
Yeah, great. And then just finally, I think it's a little bit ironic almost that you're coming up against Chelsea. They're really the team, and specifically this group of players, where they've been the ones that have had this ruthless attitude of just, in those crunch time moments for both the league but also trophies, they're just the team that gets it done at the end, and it's almost like they have that experience that you talk about of knowing how to do it. Now with this group of Man City players and the squad as it is, it feels like, you know, for a few years they was close to winning things and then just missed out on the last opportunity. Now that, you know, they've got this title over the line and they have that experience of, you know, that tough Liverpool game and still coming out with the win and how to do it in those moments, do you think that could like help again in this FA Cup and then in more competitions in the future, just to like know how to get it over the line now in those moments?
Yeah, I think so. And like I said earlier also, I think it's winning should also be something that creates a winning mentality, which means that you know that we have beaten them before. We know we can. We know we can win one title. We need to keep on working, winning the next one. But it also feels you build a confidence by winning a title, and that can definitely also you can bring it into the next competition and the next game. And also, like I said earlier, we have shown as a team this year that even though that the game is back and forward, we have found a winner in the end of the game, and that's also a confidence boost for the group.
Very much for your time. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, anyone. Any more questions from the room?
Thank you.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.